Hey, it's Trey Bell here with Bell Real Estate Group, and I want to help you understand where you live and your local marketplace. What I know about real estate is that real estate is a hyper local business, right? So what's happening here may not be happening on the other side of Atlanta or in another city or in another state. And so we look at things by the county. We primarily serve, or in the heart of our service area is 5 counties. Gwinnett County is one of those areas. Gwinnett's one of the state's biggest counties. It's been one of the fastest growing counties for many years. It's north of Atlanta, about 30 minutes north of Atlanta. And it's just a really big, diverse county. And so I want to take you through what's happening in real estate in 2026 up through April and just show you what's happening. So the first thing I want to talk about is just homes for sale. And so I've been talking about this in every county that I'm doing this for. Inventory is building, right? And that is actually a good thing for buyers and for sellers. So forever, there was no inventory. There was nothing on the market. Less than 1 month's supply, which is extremely low. And that's why you saw home prices year after year, 12, 14, 16% in some marketplaces. And really price grew really fast and too quickly. And so as more homes come on the market, inventory goes up. And what that does is people have houses they want to sell, they have to sell them to buy. So when more inventory comes on, it unlocks more sellers because they actually see a place they want to go to. And for buyers, it's just more options. And so this is a good thing. As mortgage rates continue to trend down, I think more people will get engaged. The more inventory on the market just means that we're in a robust, balanced, good marketplace. We are looking for 5 to 6 months of inventory. And that is where the market is really, really healthy. And so we're headed there. We're moving in that direction. But April home for sale, they are up almost 17%. This is year over year. So April of last year versus April of this year. The second one is new listings. So we saw basically pretty flat, 2% increase in new listings. The other thing about real estate too, it's very seasonal. So imagine a bell curve. And in the first quarter, your business is steady. The second quarter, April, May, June, and then June, July, August, those are some of the peak months for people moving around. It's maybe about the weather. It may be about school getting out. But in the spring and summer is when a lot of people make the move. So if you're considering listing your home, this is the time to do it when more buyers are actually engaged in the marketplace. But same amount of listings pretty much. New listings coming on the market in April this year over April last year. Pending sales. Wow, a 23% drop in pending sales. This isn't necessarily shocking to me. It's a pretty big pullback, but again, I've just been telling everybody this. The macro events, the things going on in another part of the world right now with our government and Iran, it's really just created some uncertainty in the marketplace. It also moved interest rates up. And really, when consumers are uncertain, they just sit, they just pause. And so I think that's what's happening. I think this is temporary. I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm seeing because the trends before all of that broke out is everything was trending up. Listings, pendings, solds, everything was trending up. And then you have this event, and then there's a little bit of a pullback in units for close. So something we're keeping an eye on and we're going to continue to talk about in the coming months. And just like you probably, I'm hoping that that's all done with soon so we can just move on. The average sales price, it was up a little bit. This is a tricky stat because in a certain month, you could have a ton of luxury properties hit the market. And then the year before, it could have been just normal average properties, $400,000 to $600,000. But we want to see this holding steady or moving up. It is the average. And so what we see here is an increase of 1.2%. Honestly, that's probably in line with all the expectations this year for appreciation. They're thinking it's going to be somewhere between 1% and 2%. So that's falling right in that trend line for expectations. And so home prices, what we want to see them do is hold steady or move up. If they start to pull back, that's not good for sellers. And that'll be an inventory thing, right? We talked about inventory a little bit earlier, but if it gets over 6 months or 7 months, you will see home values begin to pull back a little bit. Average days on market, again, this is getting back to normal. And I think our memories are just so short. We only remember what happened last year, but before COVID, average days on market was 40 to 60 days in every marketplace. So if you list your house today, you can expect to get it under contract within a month to two and then closing in 90 days, right? So it's a 90-day thing. Well, we're just moving back towards that. And it feels like homes are sitting on the market longer, but really we're just moving to normal. And so this is actually still less than what it used to be, with 45, 48 days. And again, real estate is local. It's also price. The price matters. So in certain marketplaces, meaning a million and up, or 7 to 900,000 in certain areas, school districts, like the days on market may be up or down from that. I mean, we're still seeing multiple offers in some marketplaces, and then we've got listings that are just really, really slow, and we feel like they're priced well. So real estate's local, and I guess the thing, if I could encourage you the most, if you're getting into like you're going to sell or you're going to buy, talking to someone who knows the marketplace, it's just so important. And that will help you make good decisions in listing or buying a property. Month supply, 4 months. That's where we want to be, 4 to 6 months. So we're on the low end of that. So you're still going to see appreciation like we're seeing. This falls in line with what we're expecting. Average showings depending. I always like to just include this slide just so you can see there's fewer buyers out there looking. But even if your house may only show 1 or 2 times and it sell, right? We're seeing that. It's may not be 50 people walking through your home in a matter of 30 days. So there's less people looking, but the people looking are serious. And so I think that's still a robust marketplace. And then the last one is average price per square foot. See, this doesn't line up with the average sales price, but in general, that's going down. And again, this is a slide that I just look at, but I don't pay a lot of attention to because it's hard to tell what's selling that month, how big they are. It's just a mixed bag, right? All in all, looks like Gwinnett County is a healthy marketplace still. If you've got a house for sale in Gwinnett County and it's slow, know that it may take a little longer for it to sell. If you got a house in Gwinnett County and it needs some work, we'd love to get in with people before and talk about, hey, if you did X, Y, and Z, you could get a little bit more, right? Or you're going to have to do X, Y, and Z to sell the house in this marketplace. Another thing that I just shared with someone, or just shared on a video, is that we'll actually come in and invest with the client, and every listing we have to look at independently, but we'll come and invest with the client to help bring it up to speed if all their money's tied up in their equity, which a lot of people are. A lot of people's money is. And so we want to help people meet them where they are, help them move, and that's really what's important to us. So if you live in Gwinnett County, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about your house or what you're looking to accomplish this year, reach out. We'd love to talk to you and just see how we can help. No obligation. We meet with people often and they're just getting started. And that's my favorite time to meet with people. So if there's anything I can do to help you or we can do to help you, please reach out. We'd love to.